What's going on, people? It's Mr. Dore back again with a preview. And yes, it's the main game tomorrow. As everyone knows, if no one knows where you've been, it's Nottingham Forest v Derby County. How is everyone? Is everyone excited for the game? What's your predictions for the game tomorrow? Before I do start, I've got two Derby fans that's coming on in a bit. We've got Corey from Ross Podcast, and we've got Lisa Howard as well. Lisa, what's the code? Okay. But yeah, what's everyone's predictions for tomorrow? Put the comments in below if you can. Right, Lisa. It's a massive game for everyone. Well, at least I've sent you the code now. So yeah, massive game tomorrow at the City Ground, 7:45 kickoff. What's everyone's predictions for tomorrow? Well, like I said, you know what? I'll bring Corey in now. So this is Corey. He's going to come on any minute now as well. How you doing, Corey?
Hey, Mr. Dore, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Appreciate you having us on.
Oh, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Especially you, Corey. You're my favorite. You're my favorite Derby fan.
Oh, I don't know. That's just because Lisa's not on here yet. Flattery will get you everywhere.
But yeah, before we do start, Corey, can you tell everyone about your podcast?
Yeah, so I'm myself and my friend Jason. Jason created the Rams Review podcast about just over a year ago, about 18 months ago. I joined about a year ago to the podcast, and we just talk Derby County. We just like yourself, Mr. Dore. We try to get previews and fan opinions from other teams. We talk about some Derby stuff as well, and then we also do our Rams Meet section where we meet with current and former players to just discuss their lives and careers at the game, at the club, and not necessarily Derby as well, but football in general in their lives, because we are Derby County supporters, but we also like football as well. So, and if you guys want to give us a follow or a listen or a subscribe or something like that, and we're more than happy to have conversations with you.
Yep. Right. So I'm going to start with the previous game. As you know, it was 1-1. What was your opinion on that game?
It was a strange one because there's no fans in the stadium, and I think that takes a lot of the heat out the Derby. But again, it wasn't the most entertaining game of football. But Derby came away with the point at the end with Chris Martin, and I think that definitely kind of started Forest on that slippery slope, which I'm sure we'll talk about. Or obviously you've talked about as well in previous things. But it was just weird for me. I think the biggest takeaway is just it's weird without the fans. With that lack of atmosphere. And I think sometimes it can make for a better game of football because, you want the intensity and you want the passion and everything like that. But at the same time now, you're just having two teams go and see who's the best team without all the emotion and stuff. So, it's disappointing that the fans aren't there, but it's also an interesting when you look at it as a football context when it takes kind of that kind of fan element out as well.
Okay. So, like I said, it was 1-1 at your ground. Forest absolutely hammered you. I don't know if you agree with that or not. When you scored in the 97th minute, how did you feel?
To be honest with you, I didn't actually think it crossed the line at first. I thought, for me now, I always look at the linesman. That's always the first person I look for.
First big, yeah.
The linesman. And then I think it went, and I thought, okay, this has crossed the line, and then you celebrate, but then you have that kind of half second of thought where you're like, wait a minute, it didn't cross the line. Hold on a minute. I don't know what to do. And then, they showed the replay. It had gone and he'd given the goal. So it was just kind of like, good. Hopefully Derby can get back on the stretch because they were in a bit of a poor form at the time. But, I don't necessarily have any desperately negative aspirations for Forest. I wasn't like, good, we gave him the shaft and, whatever. But, for me, it was just a solid point against the team that was contending for the playoffs while Derby were kind of clinging to life.
So current form, as you know, like both teams have not been playing well at all. tell everyone what's happening with Derby. And don't mention Wayne Rooney.
I think not playing well for either team's putting it mildly, to be honest with you. Derby just haven't really got going this season. Since lockdown, they've lost the most games out of any team in the championship. And it's really strange. I mean, Derby have had 5, 6, 7, 8 injuries that were carrying over from last season and in the preseason and things like that. And so that's always going to carry over. And the strange thing is that most 4 or 5 of those injuries were all in the attacking third of the field. So, if it's spread out across the team, you're not really concerned. But when it's all of your attacking options, that's a little bit of a concern. And they just never really got going. I don't, the Philip Kaku's kind of changed the formation a little bit. He's settled now on a 5-3-2 or 3-5-2, however you want to lay that out with the 2 wing backs and the 3 center halves. And it's strange, really. I mean, Derby let Jack Marriott go on deadline day.
I know, I was surprised with that.
It didn't really. And I was watching Sheffield Wednesday last night, and I didn't realize that Jack Marriott had actually played in every game for Derby this season. So, which makes it a little bit more strange because obviously he wasn't setting the world on fire. Let's not beat around the bush. He wasn't. But you play him in every game, so he's obviously some sort of important member of your squad. You let him go, you don't get really a replacement in that you thought you were going to get. It is what it is. But I think for Derby, I think the problems, they kind of rebuilt the defense. David Marshall's very steady in goal. They brought Mike Tavierik in from Groningen and the Netherlands, and he's not really been in the team recently. They've gone back to Curtis Davis and Matt Clark. George Evans plays there. Andre Wisdom played there due to an Evans suspension at the last game. The 2 wingbacks, they are what they are, Lee Buchanan and Nathan Byrne. And for Derby, it's just kind of trying to keep their heads above water before they can either get players back from injury. Tom Lawrence is coming back. Martin Waghorn's come back from injury, played about half an hour in the last game. They're still waiting for Christian Bielik to return. And they're still waiting, again, for the return of fitness for other players. So obviously Lawrence, like I said, needs more time. Waghorn needs more time. Colin Kazim-Richards, who played half an hour in the last game, roughly, he's getting closer to being able to play more and more. And Jordan Ibe, he's going to be, coming back here, but he's not played senior football in over a year, so it's going to take a little bit more time for him. So I think it's for Derby, it's a case of trying to tread water and trying to steady the ship enough so that, these players can come back into the team and hopefully improve them.
Yeah. With you talking about all the players, like as everyone knows that Wayne Rooney is not playing, who's the player that Forest have got to be wary about?
Well, the first thing I want to say about Wayne Rooney is the good thing is at least he's got a nice watch. So I mean, he can watch the 3 games and the time go by as he's watching his new watch. So that's just fantastic. No, I think for me, I think the danger man is obviously probably Tom Lawrence. He's been out a long time. He got injured in the penultimate game of the season, the last home game against Leeds United. He fell and really damaged his shoulder. He had to have an operation. And he's just come back in, and he played about half an hour against Watford. He started the last game against Huddersfield. And when he came on against Watford, it completely changed the attack. And then in the last half hour, Derby looked a completely different team. And, like with a lot of championship players, there's inconsistencies in the players. That's why they're at the championship level. Tom Lawrence is no different. But when he's on his form and when he's on his game, he's Derby's best attacking threat. But I would also look to see Martin Waghorn get a little bit more involved. I think he'll probably start the game tomorrow, having played half an hour against Huddersfield. So I think those 2 are probably the 2 attacking threats. But if you had to say who is the main man, who's the main goal threat tomorrow, it's Tom Lawrence. But one player to also ask everybody to keep an eye on is young Jason Knight, number 38 in midfield. He's played every one of Philip Kaku's games. He scored 6 goals last year. He's already got 1 this season. And he's a central midfielder.
Corey, I can't hear you, Corey. I can't hear you. Corey, I've lost your voice.
Some reason my mic was muted. I don't know how that happened. Sorry about that. So yeah, so young Jason Knight, central midfielder by trade. He's been playing out on the wing because of the lack of options and everything like that. But that lad does everything he can. He's kind of like a Craig Bryson.
Oh, don't mention him.
Not Craig Bryson now. Craig Bryson 10 years ago.
Okay.
Right? With the legs and the engine in the midfield and the creativity. And I think out of all the youngsters, he's the least mentioned, and I think he's the most important.
Okay. As you know, that Philip Cuckoo, I've been seeing him. Philip Cuckoo's been under pressure, and on your opinion, if Philip Cuckoo does get sacked, everyone's been saying that Wayne Rooney will get the job. What's your opinion on it?
Yeah, I think that's a difficult one. I mean, and I'm going to give Forrest some props here. I think the best manager that was available 10 days ago was Chris Hughton, and he's now at Nottingham Forest. So no disrespect, the best manager is off the board. And for me, before I touch on the Wayne Rooney situation, I always try to look to see if you get rid of your manager, who's out there, who's better.
Yeah, exactly.
And arguably, Sabri Lamouchi was a good manager. The wheels came off the bus, the engine blew up, it imploded, and the best manager available was Chris Hughton. You look. Let's say we're going to get rid of Chris. Let's say we're going to not get Chris Hughton, Philip Cocu. Let's say we're going to get rid of Philip Cocu, right? The best manager available, Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe's not coming to the East Midlands. He's not doing it. It's too much money. He wants too much time to build. He's out of it. Alan Pardew wants too much money. Going to want a lot of money to rebuild the squad. Derby don't have it. He's not coming anyway. He's not going to come to an East Midlands club. Let's just face the facts. So that leaves you with basically three names that kind of we've been reading on Twitter and everything like that would be Academy Director Darren Wassell. He managed Derby before. He needed some help with Harry Redknapp. But the problem with that is you break up an academy system that's producing youngsters at a good clip. So you're breaking that continuity, and he might not be ready. It's a bit of a wild card.
Yeah.
The second name, you've got Liam Rossinier, who's currently, I don't really know what his role as coach is at Derby, but he's some sort of coach, analyst, helpful guy. He sometimes holds the iPad, so he does that. So you've got Liam Rossinier, good young coach who's going to be, hopefully have this career projection and going in the right direction, but I don't think he's necessarily ready yet. And then you've got Wayne Rooney, who's a 34-year-old central midfield player, still taking his coaching badges. And it's a massive step up. When you look at someone and people go, well, Frank Lampard did the same thing. Yeah, but Frank Lampard didn't just go straight from retiring to playing. He had a couple of years in punditry. He had a couple of years, obviously, in MLS out of the limelight, but he did punditry for a year and then ended up taking the manager's job. And I think coming into a pressure situation like Derby would be, or any team would be when they sack the coach, it's a lot of pressure to put on a rookie manager, and it's a massive risk from the ownership. So I don't know how well they do that. And in terms of Philip Cocu, he's got a long-term deal. I think you're very well to know. I think the listeners will be very well aware that Derby don't have a lot of money. And I think, the messages come out, Derby hasn't had a lot of money for the last 4 or 5 years. So us as Derby fans kind of go, yeah, okay, you said that last year, and then we got Wayne Rooney. But I think it's proven with this transfer window, especially with the way that it ended, not the way it necessarily began, but the way it ended, the money's kind of dried up. And so you're going to pay off a 3.5, 4-year contract of a coach that's obviously on a decent wage. It's hard to see that. And then even if you can see that, where's the money for the new guy to come in and try to build for the next thing? So for me, he's under pressure like every manager is. You win 2 or 3 games, they're going to build a statue of you outside. You lose 2 or 3, you're going to be on the dole. I mean, it's just the way, it's the nature of the beast in the championship for every team. Because I remember, Sabri Lamouchi last year, you guys were coming into the playoffs and they thought he was the second coming. And there's not disrespect, but they lost a bunch of games and now he's out of work. So, things change in football very quickly. That's the point I'm trying to make. So, yeah, Philip Cocu's under pressure like all the managers are. But if he ended up losing his job, I think he would be very unfortunate.
Yeah. But you mentioned Lamouchi, and as a Derby fan, I know you lot be laughing down the road. What was your reaction when Forest bottled it last game of the season?
I wasn't just laughing down the road. I was laughing across an ocean, Dores. So it just went down A52, mate. No, I think for me, I've got a lot of respect for Nottingham Forest as a club. Obviously, I support Derby County, but that doesn't mean I don't respect Forest and what they've done in the past and the kind of club that they have. I respect you guys. You guys are passionate about your club just as much as what we're passionate about it. And I wouldn't say that I necessarily have any ill will towards Nottingham Forest, but when you watch something like that, it's kind of like when you watch Liverpool and Barcelona, and Liverpool come from 4 down with the last half hour to get. It's one of those things that you sit there and you think, Jesus Christ, what have I just witnessed? Because this might not happen again. Like it defied belief, to be honest with you, because I think we knew that Forest. I knew that Forest were on a bit of a bad run, but you always think, okay, the goal swing here in order to get out of the playoffs is ridiculous. So how are you going to manage that? And somehow it happened, and I don't really know what happened. And I remember I watched a bit of the highlights, and I had to watch them again because I was like, "What's going on?" Because the Forest players kind of knew one more goal conceded,
Yeah.
you're out of this playoff race. And then it was like after the 90th minute or something that Stoke got that goal to knock them out. And it kind of reminded me a lot about Derby County's playoff campaign several years ago against Hull, where Derby were down 2-0, and then the 96th minute, Andrew Robertson picks the ball up on the edge of his own 18-yard box, runs the entire length of the field, and puts the ball in. Derby lose that game 3-0, and then win the reverse fixture 2-0. And had that goal not gone in, Derby would have gone to a playoff final. So it's like these really small margins are making these massive impacts. And for me, it was just kind of one of those things that was just in a complete – it wasn't even funny for me, like, because it was just a complete state of shock of like, this is just weird. Like, this even happened the way it did.
So, 2 more questions, Corey. As you know, both clubs have been poor this season so far. Where do you think Derby will finish the season?
Well, when we did our preview podcast, we kind of, and we sent the clips to you as well, we kind of thought Derby would finish around mid-table, somewhere between 8, 10, 11, 12, something like that. And I still kind of believe that that's going to happen. I think when you look at their position now, they've got a lot of players that are out injured, and that sounds like excuse, and it is really in a way. Yeah. But, you know, I still think Derby have got the quality on the field. I think obviously we know about this betting in that all the new players have to do, right? Because they've got to find out what kit the team's wearing and how to pass it to them, right? They have to relearn all these skills, and I've got to know your name and all this stuff. So I think there's that. I think getting the players back fit is also going to be really important. And I would hope that Derby can still finish between 8 and 10. I just feel that I kind of had we kind of said, you know, a lot of things had to go right for Derby to make the playoffs or to consider a promotion run. One of them was for the young players to play out of their skins like they did after lockdown last year. And they haven't done so far. And then that's what you get with young players. You know, you've got Alex Mighton. You know, you're going to, when Alex Mighton comes on or the young player comes on, they're going to have flashes of brilliance where you're like, this guy needs to start every week. And then they're going to start every week and you're going to be like, this guy's just useless. He needs to go back to the under 23s. And that happens with all the players, right? There's peaks and valleys with everybody until they can get that professional level of consistency in men's football. So I think Derby need the young players to come back and to play well. The new signings need to hit the ground running, and there needs to just be no off-the-field incidents. And so, well, I would say there would be no off-the-field incidents, but I'd be completely wrong over the stuff of the last week. Compared to last season, it's been pretty slow for Derby, but you know, you got the coronavirus now, so you know that's happening. But I think for Derby, I think an 8 to 10 finish, anywhere between 8 and 12 is going to be really solid. And I think it sounds a bit weird for me to say this, but I think the club need it in a way, because for the first time last season was the first time in 5 or 6 years that Derby were not involved in a playoff campaign or around that playoff conversation. I know they missed it out a couple times, but they were around that playoff conversation. And I think to just lower the expectations here a little bit and to say, look, this team is a mid-table championship team the way it's at right now. It's no disrespect. It doesn't mean I'm any less of a Derby fan than anybody else. I've just got my opinion, right? Like you do about Forest. And so, you know, it helps the club. It gives them a platform to build for the next season. And I think that's what's needed right now. The thing that worries me right now is we're sitting here. It's now the 22nd of October, and Derby have 3 points on the board. That's the worry for me, because the longer that goes on, the more calls it's going to be for the manager to get out of, you know, fire the manager, get a new manager in. That's not kind of the continuity that Derby need right now, because you're going to chop and change and you're going to get that new manager bounce. But eventually the players are going to revert to the form that they were at before, and then they're just going to end up being terrible.
Right. So last but not least, Corey, I say to everyone, what's your prediction for tomorrow?
I mean, I'm ready. I'm personally ready for another deforestation. I can't wait for another 5-0. To be honest with you, that would just be fantastic, because all the Philip Kaku haters would turn into Philip Kaku lovers. And to be honest with you, I don't really know what a positive Derby Twitter would be like sometimes. It'd be like a bit of a weird thing for me to wake up and read Twitter and be like, what? Positive vibes? What's going on here? This is weird.
If you lot beat Forest, the Derby fans will love it.
How many goals would Derby have to score for you to put on a Derby County shirt in a bet?
Who, me?
Yes.
Ooh.
If Derby win 4-0, would you put on a Derby County shirt and come on and do your next episode in a Derby shirt?
Wait. People, wait. Right. Corey just said, people come. Wait. I've got to think about this. People, comment below. Comment in the comment section. Corey, explain again. Come on.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. How many goals, if Derby win tomorrow, how many goals do they have to win by for Mr. Dore to wear a Derby County shirt on his next live preview episode? Let us know.
My next, or the next Derby one.
Both.
No, you're pushing it in that corner.
No, fine. On the next Derby preview, but you have to have a Derby preview. You can't just be like, "Oh, I've got bad internet. I can't do the next preview."
Oh, you're pushing it. Right. Yeah. Okay. Right. The deal is right. Right. People comment below if you agree. Right. So, Corey, the deal is before you go, if Forest, we'll make it better. If Forest beat Derby, you've got to wear a Forest top on the next preview.
Yeah,
right?
But I was gonna pick Forest to win anyway. So that's just going with my prediction.
No.
You're gonna have to win like if they win 3-0, I will show up with a Nottingham Forest shirt on in the next preview.
Oh no.
But if Derby win 3-0, you have to wear a Derby shirt.
Okay, right. So if Forest beat Derby 3-0, you wear a Forest top. So, and if Derby beat Forest 3-0, I've got to wear a Derby top.
Yes.
Oh God, what am I doing?
I'll even let you pick which Nottingham Forest top you want me to wear.
All right, deal. I've got it. Deal. So people, the deal is right. If Forest beat Derby 3-0 tomorrow, Corey's got to wear a Forest top. And if Derby beat Forest 3-0, I've got to wear. Oh my God, I know what I'm saying. I've got to wear a Derby top. So that's a deal. Oh, what am I doing?
It might help you with the ladies. I don't know. You never know. I mean,
Oh, Corey, you've got me now.
Okay, I'll throw an extra sweetener in. If Derby win 5-0 against Nottingham Forest, you have to go to the Derby Club shop, get a Derby shirt, and put Mr. Dore on the back.
Oh.
There you go. Shots have been fired.
Oh, no.
To be honest with you, Derby haven't scored 5 goals in 6 months, so the odds are in your favor.
Yeah, you know what?
I don't know what your problem is.
Okay. Right, listen. Right, so we do a deal. Right, so the deal is, if Forest beat Derby 3-0, I've got to wear a Derby top.
Yep.
Vice versa. If Derby beat Forest 5-0, I will go to the Derby shop myself and put Mr. Dore on my back. Yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
And you've got to do the same.
Will do.
And to make it more better, because I'm a vlogger, I'll vlog it myself.
There you go.
Right, there's a deal, people. I am mad, but that's a deal. Great, oh God. Corey, you're a madman.
What can I say? I support Derby County. You support Nottingham Forest. We're mental anyway.
No, we're mental.
Why would we do this to ourselves?
Oh, you're crazy. But Corey, you know what? That's yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna have sleepless nights tonight, but it's not gonna happen. I'm confident this will not happen. Forest will beat you. And Corey, before you go, we've got 26 people on. Just talk about your podcast again.
Yeah, so my podcast, myself and my friend Jason, we do a podcast called The Rams Review. We talk about Derby County. We preview games, much like you do, Mr. Dore, on your show as well. We try to get different fan opinions. We try to get different opinions and everything like that. We're real active on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We have a different section of our podcast called Rams Review Meets, where we sit down with current and former players who've put on the Rams shirt even if it's for one game. And we try to talk to them about their lives and career in football. So we just really enjoy doing it. We enjoy being part of this community, Mr. Dore. We've enjoyed hanging out with you and being a part of this really cool community that, are football podcasts and vloggers and everything like that. And it's just been a real cool, wild ride. So you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook and everything like that, and just get in touch and we can have a bit of banter beforehand. We've got a Nottingham Forest preview podcast out now. So go on and give that a listen and let us know what you think. Our opinion's right, wrong, otherwise, we've all got opinions. And so let us know what you think about ours.
Well, actually, Corey, thank you very much. And thank you for doing that slight bet. I think it's not going to happen. If Forest do win, Corey, please don't hide, because I will be gunning for you, mate.
I will not hide. I might even send you. I might even send you a selfie of me wearing a Derby shirt, or sorry, a Nottingham Forest shirt.
This guy's a legend. He said that you're my favourite Derby supporter.
That's because I'm the only Derby supporter that'll talk to you. I have to be number one. It's like when my parents say, "Well, you're my favorite son." Well, I'm your only son, so I hope so. You know.
Like I said, everyone, make sure you go to Corey's channel. He does a fantastic job as well. But like I said, Corey, tomorrow, best team win. Hopefully, you'll be crying at the end of the game, and hopefully, Forest beat 5-0.
I'll be crying tears of happiness when we score in the 96th minute and we win. So I'll be crying tears of happiness.
But that's it, Corey. Thank you very much for coming on, and hopefully, I will see you tomorrow if Forest win 5-0.
We will.
Thank you very much, Corey.
Appreciate it, Mr. Dore. Thank you very much.
Yes, dude. Thank you very much. What have I just done? But yeah, that's a great bet. It is a great bet. People, Lisa's struggling to come on. I don't know what. Lisa. Right, let me get. That was like I said. That's a good bet. If Forest, I keep a bet. I'm not gonna. Right, Lisa, I put the link on again. But I'm gonna get Forest fan Thomas Newton on to get his opinion on Forest and everything. But like I said, Corey, thank you very much, Corey, again. Top bloke. I make sure, please go and watch his podcast. It's all Derby County, and he's a good guy as well. Right, so let me get Thomas Newton on now. Thomas, am I a bad man?
You're a braver man than me, accepting that. Jesus.
I am a madman, aren't I?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Pardon?
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but come on. Derby's not going to be 5-0, like, oh, there, come on.
No, but even if it was 1-0, I still wouldn't do it.
No, the bet was if Derby win 3-0.
Well, it's not going to happen. Much stranger things.
Exactly, it's not going to happen. But yeah, this is Tommy Newton, a big Forest fan. Are you excited for tomorrow?
Say again, sorry.
Are you excited for tomorrow's game?
Apprehensive. I know they're on a bit of a bad run, same as us. We've only won one game all season, so I don't like using cliches, but form book goes out the window. And I know Rooney's out tomorrow, but it still doesn't make the game any easier in my eyes. It's still going to be a battle. And footballing-wise, they're never a great spectacle, are they? They're just like stop-start and something controversial happens. So hopefully Forest will have enough and score. I think if Forest score the early goal tomorrow, I think and keep pressing them, I think we'll do all right, because I think they will start to panic a bit. And but I haven't seen, to be honest, I haven't seen much of Derby this season. The only thing I've seen is the results, and the worst than ours this season. So it's one of those. But you never know. Derby might come out tomorrow and surprise everybody. I sincerely hope not. But it's a Derby game, isn't it? So it's one of them. So but see how it goes. But I think Forest have got enough to beat them tomorrow. But it's one of them.
I've not spoken to you for quite a while, Thomas. What do you think of the appointment of Kusuta and his first two games he's had?
I think appointment-wise, it's the best we could get. I think there was no chance of us getting Eddie Howe. I've seen some Derby fans tweet about Eddie Howe possibly replacing Philip Cocu.
Not happening.
He's not. If we couldn't get him, and I'm not being disrespectful to Derby, but they've got behind-the-scenes trouble with finances and everything, and I just can't see Eddie Howe turning up down the 52. So I think we've got the best manager we could possibly get. The first two games have been still early days, fairly encouraged. I mean, if the game went on 20 minutes longer on Tuesday against Rotherham, we would have won that game.
Yeah, 100%.
But at the start of it, you would have said first two games, Blackburn away, Rotherham at home, you would have said, I'd take 4 points. And you would have thought a draw against Blackburn, then a win against Rotherham. But Forest do things a bit unconventional, don't they? And do the other way around, where we'll win at Blackburn and get 1-1 a draw against Rotherham on Tuesday. So I think the signs, I think it's going to take a couple of weeks before we actually see real improvement. But it's a good start by all accounts with Chris Hughton, with how he wants to play and everything. And I think we've got the best, pound for pound, we've got the best squad Forest have had in the last 20 years. If you look, you've got like 2 or 3 players for every position, and it's fairly strong.
2 questions, Thomas. Where do you think Blackburn will win? Like, do you think Forest's front 4 is better than Derby's front 4?
I think these games are usually who can control the midfield.
Yeah.
Early on, I think that's the key tomorrow. And like I says, if you got Lolly turning up and if Knockout actually makes his debut tomorrow, then we've got talent in abundance going forward, and hopefully Graham can break his duck for the season.
Yeah.
I think tomorrow it's going to be one in the midfield, to be honest. If Forest can boss the midfield early on and really impose themselves on the game, I think it's going to be very difficult for Derby to do, to break us down tomorrow. And I think if we start pressing like we have in the last 2 games, rather than doing what Lamucci did and sit back and let the teams come on to us and get that early. Because under Lamucci, we got that early goal that we just sat back and invited pressure on, where Hughton seems to be pressing us more up the field, and I think that's going to play dividends as we go forward this season. But having said that, if Grabban plays, Lawyer plays, Knockout or Amiobi plays, then I'm fairly confident for tomorrow.
Thomas, sorry to disturb you, because I've got Lisa Howard trying to come on. And just Lisa, give me one thing. I was going to ask Thomas a question before I get yourself on. Thomas, last question, Thomas. What do you think the score will be tomorrow?
I say 2-0 Forest.
2-0 Forest.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give my prediction yet. I
think, like I said, I think we will score in the first 25 minutes. I think we will go from the get-go. Then I think they will probably can't break us down, and we'll probably get a second goal in the middle of the second half. But that's my prediction. But maybe prove wrong. I hope not.
Where are you watching the game tomorrow?
It'd be at my mate's house actually tomorrow. So we're in a social bubble, so we're okay. We're not breaking.
Right. So, like I said, this is Thomas. Thomas, I've got Lisa Howard on soon. But thank you for coming on, Thomas. And sorry for taking the time to come on.
It's okay.
Well, like I said, but yeah, hopefully we'll be celebrating tomorrow, and Lisa Howard will be crying.
Yeah, definitely. So enjoy the game, Doc. See you, mate.
Right. Cheers, Thomas.
Yeah.
Cheers, dude. Right, I've got the some woman called I don't know what do I have to mention her? What time do you call this?
I couldn't get on, Dore. It's Corey sent me the link via Twitter.
No, you're slacking.
I'm not very good with technical things. It's me age.
No,
I'm getting old.
You're slacking. How you doing? How you doing, Lisa? Anyway, you okay?
I'm all right. It's my football team's at shite.
Lisa, I've been seeing your Facebooks. You're getting depressed. I suffer,
Dore, with. It's called DCID, Derby County Induced Depression. That's what it's called.
Oh my God! But yeah, big Derby fan. She's a bit deluded as well.
Even with red hair.
So Lisa, let's have a quick. Are you still going on Derby Fan TV after this?
Yeah, so I am in a bit, but I'm all right. There's no time.
Right. Okay. I'll try and watch everything. As you know, we both watched the game at Pride Park last season. Clever one. How did you feel about when Derby scored in the 97th minute?
Oh, it was amazing, wasn't it? I mean, we didn't deserve to get anything out of that game either, but we managed to get a draw. So it's always good. It's like a win when it's late on like that when you're losing, isn't it? But like I say, it was enjoyable, but this season has been utter pants, let me tell you.
Yeah, I'll get you to that. I'll get to that bit. Let me see that. Like you said, you just said Derby's have made a poor start. Same for Forest, to be fair. What is happening with Derby?
I wish I knew, Dore, but I know I'm not a cock-a-out person yet, I must admit. I do think he's had such a lot to contend with since he's been here, with everything that went on last season. Then we've now had COVID. We've got no fans in the ground, the same as every other club. I just think he's trying to play the Dutch way of football for me that doesn't work in England, I don't think. It clearly isn't working. He's realised that to a degree now and changed his formation a little bit and gone very defensive, playing with like 3 at the back with the 2 wing backs.
Yeah.
Yes, it worked at Norwich. It didn't really work in the game after that. So it is. I'm beginning to question, is he the right man for the job? I'll always give him till Christmas time. If the results that continue like this, then you've got to be looking at possibly changing something. Do I think Mel Morris will change the manager? No, I don't. I think he sees him for the bigger picture, bringing youth through, etc., etc. I think we've struggled to get that fine balance of youth and experience. We've been playing too many of the academy kids, and you're never going to win games with kids, especially when you're in a team that's losing. You can damage their progress, I think, when you've got too many academy lads in the team. You need experience to get out of this football league, and you've got to get the balance right with youth and experience. He's gone that other end and signing a 34-year-old in Kazim. But like I said, I don't know too much about the bloke. He might come on and he doesn't score goals. It's the lack of goals at all. Derby County, in all the years I've been watching Derby County, which is over 50 years, and I've had a season ticket over 40 years.
Yeah.
I can't remember being this bored watching football. I can't ever.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Just what I told you that.
I can't ever remember watching a team with the final. There's just nothing in the final third. Honestly, I don't think we could score in a brothel just the way we are at the minute. It's worrying. It really is worrying.
Like I said, I was talking to Corey, and I was surprised. Like you mentioned Richardson, and you sent was it Marriott on loan to Wednesday?
I watched him last night, like Corey did, and you wouldn't have even known he was on the pitch. If I'm honest, it weren't that good. It's flattered to deceive Marriott at times. I wonder whether the step up to the championships is a level too far for him. You've got to play Marriott with a 2. You can't play him on his own. He doesn't fit that lone striker role. So I'm not doing him disservice. I've been a fan of Marriott, so I was surprised he went, especially when we've got very few strikers at the club. So it's just all very bizarre. I think there's something fundamentally wrong with the football club at the minute, and I don't necessarily think it's just about on the field of play. I think there's not a lot of money in the club. I know Mel's looking for investment. I just think at the minute, with everything under these unprecedented times, everything's just gone wrong for the club, I think, at the moment, much to your delight.
I'm loving it. I like, even if I think it's Derby. I think Derby loving the way Forest started. So it's going to be like a crazy game tomorrow. But
I honestly don't think Derby will win. I think I can see Derby getting beat 3 or 4-0. I really can, honestly.
Right. Before we come on, did you see Corey's bet?
Yeah, I did. I wore that Forest shirt, didn't I? Remember?
Yeah, for charity. I did.
That was painful.
Like I said, I talked to Corey about Kuku. He's in trouble, and if he gets sacked, possibly Rooney could take over. What's your opinion?
You don't want Rooney. He's not got his coaching badges for one, so he's not qualified to be a manager yet. He's got to do all his coaching badges. I had a gut feeling some months ago that if it did go all pear-shaped with Kuku, that he would put Rooney in charge. But I'm not. He's not Frank Lampard, is he? Do you know what I mean? He's not got that level of respect and everything else that Lampard had. Would I want Wayne Rooney as my manager? I don't think I would, if I'm honest. I'd rather have somebody like Paul Cook or like Eddie Howe, like what Corey said. You've got to have a manager in next time that knows this championship, because do you know what? I love Cocu. I love him as a person. I respect him as a player. I remember him playing for Barcelona and playing for that Dutch side that were winning everything. And I want him to do well. I really want him to do well, because I've spoken to him many times. I've spoken to Twan Sheepers, his sidekick, and Chris van der Verden is number 2. I've spoken to them all, and they're all lovely, lovely people. But lovely people don't get you out of this league, do they? So
100%.
I just think if we're still struggling at Christmas, the fans will really turn, and will I don't know whether Mel will suffer that. I don't know. And I want my football club to do well.
I don't.
And do you know what I mean? So come Christmas time, if we're still in this predicament, the club have really got to take a look and think, well, do we have to change it? Because you don't want to leave it too long, and then because once you're in that bottom three, it's difficult to get out of it. And you know what I mean? I don't think Derby will be anywhere near the top 6 this season. I really don't.
Anything could happen. Like I said, I know, like I said, with Derby and Forest, they've not started well. You need to, like, I don't know what Derby to do well, but anything can happen. 2 or 3 wins in a bounce, and you're up there. So Forest, they've drawn the last 2. Well, they've unbeaten in 2.
1 and drawn 1, yeah.
Yeah, so anything could happen. You can say Forest, they've got a big squad. We've got the best squad in the league, but look where we are. We're not in the top 6 yet. So,
but if you look at the players we've got to come back in, Dore, with a fully fit squad, get Jordan Hine fit, Bielik back. Do you know what I mean? Get Tom Lawrence fully fit, get all them players back. On paper, we do have a good squad, but there's something missing, and I don't know what. I don't see the team spirit like it was under Lampard, and I know you've got to move on from that, and they have moved on. But this is what I'm saying. There's just something I don't know. It just doesn't feel right for me. I don't know what it is, and it breaks my heart because I love my football, I love my club, and I follow them to the end of the earth. I go to every home and away game, but I've just fell out of love with football at the minute.
me too. Like I said, like the only game I watch live is Forest. I don't watch a lot of games; it's boring. So I feel your pain. Lisa, there's a question for you from some bell end. Where is it? Nice to see you, Lisa, on the channel. She's taken over you from Ben. Even she's a Derby fan. She's speaks better than you.
Well, he knows what he's talking about, doesn't he?
I might block this guy. I've blocked him. He's not coming back on. As a Derby fan, Lisa, I know you were excited when Forest bottled it at the end of last season.
I wouldn't say I was excited. I just found it funny.
From a Derby fan, how do you feel Forest have been from start of the season to now?
I just couldn't believe that you signed about, is it 15 players, and then you sack him. And then you sack him. I just think it's a bit bizarre. I mean, I worry about the way our football clubs run, but yours is equally as bizarrely run with things that have gone on over the years. You've got one of the best managers now that you could ever wish for, to be fair. You've done really well. I thought Lamucci didn't do that bad. You had the best season you've had for many a season under him. But you've got an owner that's a bit Fruit Loop, aren't you, really, to be honest? So you understand, he won't suffer fools gladly. So I understand why he went, because the results, if you take on the last few games in last season to how you've gone on before you sacked him, football, we all know football's a results-based game, and if you're not getting results, some owners are a bit cutthroat and just get rid of him. I'm sick of the revolving door.
But I think, as you know, Lisa, like we know from the history, players, managers, they always had time, but now it's a result business, and
yeah, it is.
I think if it was Lamucci or Cuckoo, people saying that if Cuckoo loses this game on Friday, he's gone. Who's to replace him? Like who's there?
And I honestly don't think, though, that Mal Morris has got the money to pay him off. This is the thing, we've had to get a £30 million loan off Mr. Dell. There's some suggesting that he's had a bit more off him and all. I don't know how true that is. Just to survive, I'm grateful that we've got an owner that loves the football club. Right, he's a fan himself. I'm grateful that we've got a football club, because we could be Bury and other teams, Macclesfield. Do you know what I mean? It's really difficult times for football clubs to survive this pandemic, and as long as we don't get relegated this year, I'm happy just to stay stay in this league with the fact that there's no fans, the club can't make money, you can't do whatever you want to do. So yeah, it's just going to be a weird season, because I don't think fans will be back in at all this season.
Me either.
And I paid £480 for my bloody season ticket, let me tell you. All I'm getting was Freedom's TV.
Oh, great. And as you know, Lisa, let me ask you a question. where do you think Derby will finish with
Right.
with the players that you got now?
With the players we've got now, when we get players back fit, I would say Derby would be 10th, 12th, 13th, something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I take that this season. I really would. I think I'd be disappointed. I don't. Do you want to be in the playoffs? But I would add into it. This current squad, if you went up, would probably get 11 points again. I think. I don't know. I think I'd take mid-table this season with everything that's gone on at the football club, and have another crack at it next year. But I always say next year. There's always next year. But
no, no.
Where do you realistically now? You sometimes think. I want you to be realistic, though, because sometimes you're a bit over-exaggerate things, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you think Forest are good enough to get promoted this year?
With the players that we've got on paper, we've got the best team in the league, and that's yeah. Because
right.
the play like we've got about 100 defenders. We've got me personally the best centre midfielder in the league in Harry Arter. We've got the best, as people call it, number 10 in Luke Friedman, and I think personally like Lewis Grabban, yeah, he's old, he's 32, 33, and we've got Lau Taylor. I think that's the best partnership. The team that we've got is a top six, or I won't say top 2 because we've got Norwich, Watford, even Reading are there now, but. Personally, I think we're smart. I'm not saying it because it's Derby. I think we're much better positioned in Derby. Because like I said, you can say Derby. They've got Wayne Rooney, they've got Lewis Selby, you've got Cameron Richardson. He's 34 years old, and you've got like up and coming players as well from Derby as well. You've got like Curtis Davis as well at the back. I think Forest and Derby's club. It's just Forest are miles apart. But it's 4 defeats in a row, and since Hooter's come in, he has sorted out the defence. But it's a confidence thing with Forest.
Yeah, it is.
It's a massive. Like I said, when we lost to Stoke, when we drawn to Derby, the confidence went, and I said to my friend Malcolm, "This can go downhill," and it did.
Yeah.
So personally, I think.
The biggest mistake we made was letting Chris Martin go. Why wouldn't give him another year's contract? He wanted a 2-year contract. We offered him a year. The biggest mistake.
Well, let me ask you a question because you know my friend Craig. Craig did does Chris Martin's hair, and
yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yes, and Chris Martin said to Craig, he wanted a 2-year contract, and they won't give it him.
I can't believe they wouldn't give it to him. It just baffles me. And they go and get a 34-year-old that's paying. I don't know how much wages he'll be on when they.
He'll be on big praise. He'll be on big. Like every club is like. I think he went to Turkey.
Yeah, he did. Yes. Well, he's everywhere. Greece, Turkey.
Yeah, so
Europe.
He'll be on big money.
And he doesn't score many goals though. Wherever he's been, he hardly scores any goals.
So how many strikers have you got? You got Cameron Richardson. You got Lewis Selby, but he's a number 10, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not really a striker. We've really not. I don't think we've really got any. We let Marriott go. Waghorn's been playing. He can play that role as well. We're really, really short and natural strikers. We've got players that can play in that position.
Yeah.
But we've got no outright natural strikers at the club. You know what I mean? Or as I would call proper first team players. I mean, our academy is one of the best, and I'm not just saying it. We've got one of the best academies in the country.
You have.
So many young talent coming through all at the same time. It's unheard of, which is why the under-18s are top of the league and the under-23s do so well. I mean, I can't wait to see Bobby Duncan. We signed him from Fiorentina. He was supposed to be Liverpool's next up and coming big thing. Steven Gerrard.
But do you know what happened about Bobby Duncan? I was reading when Derby signed him. I heard what Liverpool were doing to him because I think what he depressed.
I think he was wanting to get in the first team, and he got a bit too big for his boots, and he got shot down a peg or two, and one thing and another. I think he's a bit chopsy, typical Scouser.
Bloody hell! I was reading a comment from Thomas Newton. Company has only scored 54 goals in his career. Wow.
Prolific.
Wow.
That's about right for Derby, that is. Good God.
But
But no, I want Bobby Duncan. Bobby Duncan, and once you get him fit, they're paying him in the under-23s. But because we're so lacking on strikers, he's a natural goal scorer. He scored lots of goals for Liverpool's youth team. I know it's youth football and it's different, and it's under-23s. But I'd just chuck him in and give him a go. I would definitely.
Right, last question, Lisa, and be honest. Big game tomorrow. What do you think the score will be?
I don't think Derby will win. We can't score for love nor money. I know you're not scoring many goals at the moment, but I can't see anything other than a Forest win. I really can't.
Really?
What do I think? Like I said, I'm going for about 3-1. 3-1 Forest win.
But that's the thing. Like, it's a derby game, and like I said, anything can happen. Like if Tom Lawson is on his game, because like I said, when he came to Forest last time, he played all right. He played all right, to be fair, but he just couldn't score. I don't want Derby to score, but I don't know what. I don't know what.
You'll score within the first 10 minutes, like you normally do.
No, Lisa, we'll score in the first minute, like we always do. We'll always score in the first minute every time. But are you still coming on my channel tomorrow for watch along?
If I must.
So everyone tomorrow, Lisa has agreed to come on my watch along, and I do really appreciate for coming on my channel, Lisa. But I will.
It's only because I like you, do. I won't do it for any other red dog. Let me tell you.
Lisa, you're my sick. I said to Corey, he's my favorite person. Now, I think you're above him now.
Oh, bless you. Because I've got red hair, isn't it?
No, because you got a good personality. That's all I'll say.
You've got to have support Derby County, let me tell you. You've got to have a sense of humour, otherwise you crack up.
But like I said, Lisa, I'll let you go off and say hello to Pete for me, if he says hello back to me.
Will do, mate. Take care.
But yeah, tomorrow, Lisa's on with me tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you got loads of tissues, like last time. But before I go, it was funny, right? Me and Lisa was on BBC Nottingham, and I was given a steak for the whole 90 minutes. And as you know, Derby scored in the 97th minute, and I got absolutely hammered. I got absolutely hammered, but it was a good time, Lisa, and I think it was fun. But okay, Lisa, I'll let you go, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Take care, and more importantly, you're in that dodgy zone, so stay safe. You know, like tier 2 and all that. Be careful.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Lisa, and I'll check you tomorrow.
See you, red dogs.
Up the forest.
Yeah, right up you.
Right. So that's Lisa Howard. But yeah, thank you very much, Lisa, and thank you everyone for coming on. Thank you, Corey, for coming on as well. Thank you, Thomas Newton, as well, and thank you, Lisa. I've got another. You know what? If anyone wants to come on for the last 6 minutes and give me the score prediction, you can. In the comment section, what do you think the score will be tomorrow as well? Because I said it's a massive game. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. Like I'm doing a live watch along tomorrow. Lisa is on. I think Craig is on as well. And a few Forest fans as well. So, and if there's any Derby fans on here and want to come on and watch along, they can. But if you are 16 and lower, I'm a bit iffy about it because like it's YouTube Live and I've got to be careful who I do put on my channel. But like I said, if anyone wants to come on, you can. I'm excited. I'm excited for game tomorrow. I am buzzing. More news as well. I'm going to be on Sky Sports as well. So that's another thing I'm going to be on. I'm on Sky Sports tomorrow for a little promo. So please do watch out for Sky Sports as well. Has anyone got any questions for me? Anyone got any questions for me before I do go? Or does anyone want to come on? Because like I said, it is a massive game tomorrow. Massive game tomorrow, people. And I'm just like, right now, I think my prediction is going to be a Warren. Can look at if Warren, if you want to come on, you can. If you want to come on, you can. You know what? I'm going to get everyone on tomorrow. Right. It doesn't have to be a Forest fan. It doesn't have to be a Derby fan. If you want to come on see what your prediction is and that. So if you want to come on, all right. Here's Swansea away day. He's gonna pipe up tomorrow. This is Reese. He's a Swansea fan. He's a vlogger as well. So please, go and subscribe to him. He's almost at 3K. So if you can, after this channel, go and subscribe to Swansea away days. Right, so I've put the link up tomorrow on as well. So all you do is click on. Right, click on. Right, I put the link. I've put the link up. There's 45 people on watching. So if you do want to come on, you can. What to do? Watch the score prediction as well for tomorrow. So come on, people, come on. If you want to come on, you can. I've got another. Well, I said an hour. I'll be on here, but I can extend it for a little bit as well. So where do you think the battle will win tomorrow? Like I said, Derby, they've got no Wayne Rooney. But listen to me, I'm not gonna beat the bush party. They've still got some good players. They've got Tommy Lawrenson. They've got Curtis Davies. He's an experienced centre back. They've got some experienced midfielders as well. So listen, Derby Day is out of the window tomorrow for me. I like it. Yeah. I'm a Leeds fan. Kids, come on. How about right? If you are under 16, I'm a bit iffy about it because I don't want. I'm a bit iffy about it. But if you want to come on, you can come on. Right, I think tomorrow. You know what? I'm gonna go for it. I think my prediction. What's everyone's prediction? Comment down in the comment section if you can. My comment section. I think the score is going to be. My score prediction. Right. Okay. I'll wait till let me get Leeds fan Ross. Hello, Ross.
Hey, Abdul, how you doing, mate? You okay?
I'm fine. How are you?
All good, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, so tomorrow, what do you think the score will be out tomorrow?
I think first they're going to win 2-0, mate. I was impressed how you battled towards the end of Tuesday's match with Rotherham because I managed to see that one on Sky Sports Red Button for that game, and I'm impressed how you played towards end with all chances. But if you can start converting your chances, I think you'll win comfortably 2-0 tomorrow, mate.
Good. Last but not least, where do you think Forest will finish this season?
Depending on what Luton does with the squad that you've got now, and if he fetches any more of his players in January, and depending on what squad it is, I think first, I don't think you'll go down door. I think you'll probably be about mid-table. Maybe
Mid-table?
Yeah, probably around about 13th, I reckon, door, and then push on next season for playoffs.
Okay.
I don't think Luton will do enough this season the way it's got, because he didn't come until after the international break and that, but I think he'll have a good go trying to get you up there, but I think you'll finish about 12th, 13th this season, then push on for playoffs and maybe promotion next year, man.
Yeah. Have you got a YouTube channel, Ross?
I don't have one. I do a few commentaries on one of my friends' channels.
Okay. Promote it before you go.
Yeah. Well, I'm on 2 YouTube channels. One's called Trevor Sports, so does virtual football, like Champions League, fetches back all the old BBC programmes like Sports Night and Match of Day for Premier League, virtual Premier League action. And then there's another channel called JB Sports. He does his own virtual stuff, but he also does live audio commentaries on Premier League and sometimes dips into Championship if there's big games on in the Championship as well. So if you check those two out, I'll message Dore later with the links so then you can pop them in the description or on his next show, pop them in and you can come and check out. There was a match of the day on tonight on Trevor Sports featuring all the Premier League games this weekend, so make sure you check it out. I was on the Monday's show for the Champions League games this weekend. They're going to be on next week's Monday one at 8 o'clock on Monday as well if anyone wants to check that out.
Right. Thank you for coming on, Ross. And thank you very much. Right, cheers. Oh, for frig's sake! Yeah, no, here we go. I've got this guy. I don't know, shall I put him on? Right, we get Reese on, Swansea fan.
All right.
Alex, how you doing?
Got my Haribo's for tomorrow.
Oh, for freak's sake. So, if no one knows who this is Reese, Swansea fan. Some people know who he is. We did a live stream with him when Forest drawn 2-2. And Reese,
Hello.
as you know, it's a massive game tomorrow in Forest and Derby. Who do you think is going to win? And be honest.
Being in all seriousness, I think Derby won one game of the whole season.
Like Forest.
But I think, Chris Houghton, very experienced manager, yet to lose, of course. I think you will win 1-0. I think you always seem to win 1-0 against Derby. I think you're going to win 1-0. And, I think it'll be Lyle Taylor will score. I think he'll win.
Lyle Taylor, what it is? He's not started the game yet, and I really do feel sorry for him, if I'm honest. But
I think it'll be a tight game, and I think he'll just come off the bench and grab one.
It's definitely going to be tight. Definitely going to be.
I know there's a lot of Nottingham Forest fans in here, but I do want Derby to win. So you're lucky we're not playing tomorrow. You're lucky we're not playing tomorrow.
Listen to me, as you know, I don't know if people remember, it was the last game of the season. It was funny, Reese. Right, this was funny. Right, I was watching your last game of the season against Reading, and I was watching mine. People need to go and watch it. It was the funniest watch-alongs ever because I said.
Yeah, because when we scored, and then as soon as you scored, you had loads coming over, and I've carried it on this seat. You made a mistake. Tuesday when conceded off Coventry. I know you told people, but only one person. And then as soon as you conceded, I got all my lads. I'm just looking forward to when we play you. I think that's the end of November. So
I think it's November, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. So if we lose that, social media gone forever.
but yeah, like I said, this is Swansea away day. Are you at 3K yet?
About 80 off.
Oh, you'll get it. You'll get it.
Yeah.
You'll get it.
Hopefully after watch long Saturday, because we got Bristol City, which will be a tough game.
That's another tough game. Yeah, that's another tough game. Where's Swansea in the league now?
6th, just like last season.
Oh, great.
Literally 6th.
Great, good. Well, at least I've got quite. No, you know what?
Fine, it's fine.
But yeah, like I said, if no one knows this week, if you are new, this is really Swansea away days. Please go and subscribe to the guy. He's the best Swansea blogger out there, and I'm still not your mate, man. I'm still not your friend, man. Actually, that last game hurt me.
I just wish we came with your idea and did the watch long together.
No, that would have been mental. That would have been mental. But like I said, that's still my best watch along view.
Yeah, it's my second highest. So
but,
that was mental.
Like I said, I keep watching it. I keep watching mine and yours together. That was the mental. If no one's seen it, please go and see it. Yes, we got battered 4-1, but my reaction and Reese's reaction was mental. Mental. But like I said, Reese, thank you for coming on. And hopefully you can support Forest tomorrow. And please, and I beg you, please don't bring your fans to my channel, please. I'm sick of it. I am sick of it.
Just don't check Instagram stories if you concede.
Oh, don't. Listen to me. If we do look, have you seen the bet that I've done with the Derby fan?
No, I haven't seen the bet. I know you were on with Lisa. What's the bet?
No, but basically, I did a bet with Corey, the Derby fan, and if Derby win Forest 3-0, I've got to wear Derby top. If Derby win, well, it's not going to happen, but if Derby beat us 5-0, I've got to wear Derby top with Dore at the back. But I thought, you know what? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, really, is it?
Who thought Swansea would have got playoffs on the last day, Dore?
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I thought I'd do it for the banter and do it for the laugh. But yeah, but like I said, Reece, thank you for coming on, and hopefully don't bring your lot to my stream, please. You know what? You can bring your stream if you want to. You can.
See you later.
But like I said, go to Swansea away day and make sure you subscribe to the channel. But Reece, thank you very much for coming on. And up the Forest.
Come
Up
on,
the
the
Forest. Right, so that's recent Sunday. Does anyone else want to come on before I do go? If you're new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe, please. Like, can you please like as well? If it is a massive help. But I'm excited. I'm so excited. Like I said, tomorrow I am going to be on Sky Sports as well. So I did like a little promo as well. So please go and check that out as well. Right. So again, Chris Hutton's first East Midlands derby. Before I go to what's everyone's prediction for tomorrow? There's 40 people in. What is your prediction for tomorrow? I think I'm going to go for it. I will go for it. I think Forest will win 3-1. 3-1. I think Derby will score. Yeah, Forest will win 3-1. Cough. Yeah. I've not got COVID because I've had a test and it came negative today, so I'm blessed. So what's your starting 11 tomorrow? My starting 11, I'll put Sandal in goal, Christie, Federido, McKenna, and Alainu as defence. I'll put Harry Otter and Yates in a holding role. Nackard, Freeman, and Lolle. Yeah, Nackard, Freeman. Yeah, Nackard, Freeman, and Lolle, and Lewis. Me personally, I'll give 10 run. I will give Lara 10 run to be fair over Grabbin. I think personally, I don't like the both Lewis Grabbin and who would you put? Right, people, who would you put as your number one striker? Grabbin or Tiller? Comment in the comment section, please, because it's a hard one. Like, who would be your lineup for tomorrow? Because actually, I'll put Freeman, Freeman, Nackard, Lolle, and Grabbin will be my team. So what's people's lineup for tomorrow? And what's your prediction as well? If you have not, I'm so excited. Who's excited for tomorrow? I'm buzzing for the game. I really am. But like I said, I'm just like tomorrow. I am going to do a watch along. I'll be with, like I said, Lisa Howard as well. Craig Price. Everyone knows that Craig Price. He'll be on there tomorrow as well. Martin Price will be on as well. But yeah. Is there any questions before I do go? Because I've been on long. Like I said, I'm so excited for the game tomorrow. So excited for the game tomorrow. But like I said, massive game, people. Massive game. But yeah. Does anyone want to come on before I do leave? What time you be on Sky Sports tomorrow? Like the game's on, but I think it's on 7 o'clock. I think. Do you rate Colback? The thing about Colback, right? I think I'm not the massive fan of him. I'm not a fan of him. I like he does a job for us, but he just do petty fouls. Petty fouls. That's my opinion. If you disagree, comment in the section. Like, I prefer Harry Otter over Colback. But I hope Colback proves me wrong. To be fair, I hope he does prove me wrong. Okay, I'll be on. Like I said, what time Sky Sports on tomorrow? I think it's on 7 o'clock tomorrow. So it should be. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what time, but the game starts tomorrow, 7 o'clock. So yeah, I'm buzzing for the game. Like I said, personally, I prefer. I want Tino up front. I would like. Curtis. Right, this is Curtis Shaw. Shout out to Curtis Shaw. Big up my brother. This guy's going mad on YouTube. Going mad. Good win for Arsenal as well, Curtis. Kurt says play to up front tomorrow. This is the problem. Like we've got Lewis Grubbin, we've got Lau Taylor, and we've got about 5 wingers in Knockhard. We've got 4 wingers: Knockhard, Lole, Abiobi. Got young Alex Martin as well. We've got Luke Freeman who can play at the number 10 role. So we have got a plan A, plan B, plan C. So is it a good thing to have all these players? Yes. Like I said, when Lemucci was manager, when it wasn't going well, he brought players on to change the game. So with Chris Hooton, he has got players that can come on. Like the game against Huddersfield when we were losing 1-0, he brought players on like Taylor, and he did change the game. Harry Arthur come on as well. So it is, we can play two up front, but I don't know. It's one in games. Like he's been in this Derby match. It is going to be a crazy game, but I'm confident. I'm confident that we can win. And the best thing about this, I've not mentioned that guy's name, Wayne Rooney. So I'm buzzing. But Derby's still they've got a good team. They've got a good team. Have a word with Don Goodwin door. Bloody hell. Well, Thomas coming Don Goodwin. I just need to do a task. But yeah, first people gone. Any other questions before I do leave? Like I said, I'm doing a watch along tomorrow. I'll be on about. It's going to be an early one. Like the game starts at 7:45, but it'll be an early one tomorrow. About 25 past 7. 20 past 7. 25 past 7. Like I'll be on with Elise Howard as well. So please get ready for tomorrow. I'm excited. I hope everyone else is excited to watch this. But yeah, but thank you everyone for watching my stream. Hope everyone's fit and well, and I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing for the game. But thank you everyone. Like I said, thank you very much for Corey to coming on. Thank you for Lisa Howard as well for coming on my channel, and thank you as well for Thomas Newton, Forest fan, for coming on my channel. And thank you for everyone else that came on the channel. Hopefully, I'll see everyone tomorrow. Buzzing up the Forest.